to the shit show every single day. A new flavor of fuckery, cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clots. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, hey, what the fuck? And then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, balderdash.
Bonjour. Hello, everybody. Hello, Curtis and BK Dan. And hello, Frosty Broccoli. How are y'all? I hope you're doing good. Well, I have a few more tabs than normal, but usually I have so many I don't think anybody's going to really notice a few more. I've tried to mix some other stuff in besides just talking about the stuff in Israel. I mean, obviously, there'll still be a bit of that because, you know, however annoying or not annoying, however repetitive it may be, whatever they're living with has got to be way worse. So, you know. I'm all right. I'm feeling kind of meh, I guess. My internet just started working again because for the last like 2 or 3 hours, it's just been off. And I'm like, well, fuck, I guess I'm going to be doing this with my phone because as long as it doesn't refresh, the headlines are still on those tabs. So I was just going to like turn my phone on and start doing it that way. Hello, Daniel. How are you? Hey, it's going all right. I've been having like some like shoulder pain. Like it feels like it's a little hard to breathe for some reason, and my shoulder muscles were hurting. And now it feels a lot better now. But like I don't know if that was a blood pressure thing or what that was. But fuck, I'm getting old. That and like secretly, I'm waiting for some crazy shit to hit the fan. Because if the internet has shown me anything recent in the last few years, it is never too late to expose people for their fucking bullshit. And so yesterday I decided to take the leap and kick a hornet's nest to see kind of what ensued. And I got blocked. So kind of waiting to see if anything comes from that mess. Anywho, so hello, Ruben. No, how are you? So glad you are here. Y'all are so lovely. All right. So go to share screen. I guess I'll share like my Twitter tabs first, just because why not, I guess. So whole screen because why not? All right. I think it's here. Oh, it's just like my regular. So oh yeah. Here we go. All right. So old. I'm like 15 years older than you kid. Oh, hello, Miss Frosty Broccoli. Also, so glad to have you here. Awesome. Hey, first off, a lot can happen in 15 years. Like, I had like a blood pressure event or something like 4 or 5 days ago. That like even like they're sitting and you know taking a deep breath and trying to be chill, like my heart rate would not go under 112. I was like, motherfucker. So, I have blood pressure medicine, so I guess I'll be using that. Anywho, so all right, so this mess right here. Now, I have my opinions on this. I really feel like I'm just gonna say it right now. Like grown folk, as long as you ain't hurting nobody, I don't care. But I really don't think the people under a certain age should be doing certain things. So, anywho, so it says here. The Biden administration sent 2 FBI agents to intimidate a nurse who told the truth about certain surgeries going on at a Texas children's hospital, which surprises me because Texas would be like the last place I would have expected that shit to be going down, honestly. And so, yeah, apparently she like blew a whistle or something. Like I would have to look to see if Texas had passed a law about it because I know some states have. So I'm not sure. I think they would have, but because otherwise, how is it whistleblowing? But yeah, apparently Texas Children's Hospital apparently has a special surgery for certain kids, and I don't know how old the kid is. Like I feel like that's a big part of that because I mean, there's a big difference between 12 years old and 17 and a half. You know what I mean? Big fucking difference. Still not good, but big difference. And so shaking hands, bruh. I wouldn't even be shaking hands with those fucking people. And look at this dude's hair. Like it's like a number. Like I don't know if you can have a number 1.5, but like that fucking square fucking thing on his hair. Like, you know that guy's trouble when he has hair like that. Ugh. Oh, the full article. Okay, I'm curious to see how old the kid is. Like, if they're going to cover that or not, because I do feel there's a, like I said, a big difference between, say, someone who's 10 years old and someone who's 17. Let's see. Born in the wrong body. Da 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 da. Sure, we've heard this before, but let's see. Texas children. All right, I reported investigating and demonstrating that though it had promised to shut down its program, Texas Children's Hospital had continued to administer hormone drugs to kids as young as 11. Following the story, the Attorney General launched an investigation. The state legislature passed a bill, SB 14, prohibiting all those surgeries on minors. But I am curious, like I said, I'm really curious how old this kid is. That might be too much information, I guess, because there's a limit how much information you can put out about a minor, medical stuff. Let's see. Okay, so all right, so the nurse who did it was at that hospital. Okay, which I find weird that she didn't know they were doing this, or maybe she just usually didn't have that floor. I don't know. So, because I figured if they could add the age, they would, because when they write articles like this, or like any, they want to make sure they stir up some kind of emotion. So I figured if they did. There's a lot to this. Let's see. Patient. Oh, I missed patient. Oh, but my mouse. Fuck. Hold on. All right. During treatment, Roberts explained that to patient A, the effects of testosterone, this, that, the other. By the following year, Roberts increased the dosage for patient A. Let's see. Oh, okay. So it seems like patient A and patient B are both 16. I still feel like that's probably not a good idea. I remember when I was like 13 and I told my parents I wanted a nose job, which turns out my nose actually wasn't that bad, but teenagers, right? And my parents were like, no, unless there's something seriously wrong with you, no doctor is going to work on a patient as young as you. And I'm not sure what's happened to those doctors. Now they just kind of like, yikes. So yeah, so the 16. Yeah, I don't think that's really a good idea, honestly. But yeah, apparently they sent FBI to her fucking door. And they're smiling. I don't know if they're just being pleasant and they're just sent out to do it. Like, I kind of, maybe. Sorry, my mouse is just jumpy. There's no captions for this. I don't know if there's even sound. That's with the Ring camera, so the audio is not very good anyway, to be honest. But yeah. So, like, I thought that was like whistleblower laws, but I'm not sure what all they cover, to be honest. So I don't know if it covers, I thought it was for like workplaces in general. So if it was technically against the state law to do it, I don't know how the FBI is managing to show up at this woman's door. That's craziness. All right. Oh, a second. Go back here and read. Yeah, that haircut. Yes. Let's see. Hey, you gotta do laundry. Right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's experimenting. I don't know. It's not a good idea. Well, I guess in a way one could argue because everybody's different, so maybe not everybody will take the treatment the same. So in a way, it could be experimenting, but I still just don't. I don't know. Even if somebody was 18, I don't think they should have any serious surgeries that are, unless their life depends on it, Anyway, all right. So I've said this in my other live streams about this, but to see it in print helps. Like, it makes me want to get up and be like, yes, I knew it. It's a Jerusalem Post, their own fucking publication. This came out June the 17th. Everything highlighted, apparently. Okay, so that's not working well. This came out yesterday. So June 17th. I'm sorry, June 17th. I promise it's June 17th. I'm just an idiot. Anyway, IDF knew. Just in case YouTube decides to get mad at me today, because it's on one. So, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I still absolutely believe that the reason they knew for absolute sure is because they probably paid them to do it. I just don't think that maybe the ones that received the money realized how big this mess was going to get this time, you know? But yeah. Yeah, there's that. I'm sure there's somebody who probably doesn't, people who don't even come to my channel anymore who are probably like, that girl, like, no, I told you I was right. Anywho, so next, this cannot be good. 19 NYPD uniforms are missing from a New York dry cleaner. And last month, 200 New York PD complete with vehicle vinyl stickers went missing from a vendor. So I'm guessing like the different stickers that go on cars or different items in general apparently went missing. Holy shit. Sounds like someone is going to be a whole bunch of somebody's. Well, at least 19 cops, fake cops showing up to some sort of event. Something's going to happen that's going to, yeah. I wonder what in the world is going to happen. Because, like, there's no part of this good. So, a bunch of police vehicle decals and 19 cop uniforms are missing. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Some shit is going to happen. Obviously, we don't know when. I have no guesses at all. Although, I mean, I suppose we could look up and see what any large events are prepared for New York. Like, if they don't plan to make an event their own, they might infiltrate one that's already going on. But, I don't know. Let's see what other people are saying. Oh, wait. What? Oh, this. Oh, these fake federal agents had gained access to the White House and were in the same room as Joe Biden twice. Wait, when was this? All right, this person is saying April. Okay, hold on. What the fuck? Arian Tarzada and Haider Ali, who tricked actual Secret Service officers, offering expensive apartments and luxury gifts to curry favor with law enforcement agents, including one agent assigned to protect the First Lady. So, what wasn't made public is that one of the men worked for Iran intelligence and the other in Pakistan. What the fuck? I had apparently missed that. Holy shit. When was this? This was posted in April. Oh, fuck. So maybe some shit like that's going to go down. Whatever it is, they're making sure they are fairly prepared. I wouldn't, you know what? I do wonder if these uniforms are missing, someone's going to obviously decorate a police car to look legit. I'm wondering if we're going to end up seeing headlines in the next little while, like week or month or so, that's going to have suddenly a bunch of weapons gone missing. Because every once in a while, we hear about like a cop vehicle or a feds. This happened to feds a couple of times. This one busted the window and stole weapons out of it because I guess they just feel like leaving a bunch of weapons laying around in a pile in their vehicles. I wonder if we're going to hear about that because, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess somebody could just buy weapons off the street or something, depending on who they are and what they're planning to do. But, you know, I guess we can keep an eye out for this silliness. I have no urge to visit New York, so I don't have to watch out for that, by going there or anything. All right. Justice Department. This is justice.gov. Justice Department announces extradition of Indian national charged in connection with a foiled plot to assassinate U.S. citizen in New York. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. I wonder if this is connected to that last story with the decals and the uniform. Hold on. The book. At the direction of the Indian government employee, at the direction of an Indian, Nikhil Gupta worked to carry out a plot to murder U.S.-based leader of Sikh separatist movement. An Indian national was extradited to the United States from Czech Republic to face murder for hire charges. Holy fuck. Nikhil, also known as Nick, 53, an Indian national, was arrested and detained in the Czech Republic on June 30th, 2023, and extradited pursuant to the bilateral extradition treaty between the United States and the Czech Republic. Gupta arrived in the United States June the 14th and was presented on the charges today. The extradition makes it clear that the Justice Department will not tolerate attempts to silence or harm American citizens. That's, our government's job, I'm guessing. Attorney General Merrick Garland, said Nicole Gupta will now face justice in an American courtroom for his involvement in an alleged plot directed by an employee of the Indian government to target and assassinate a U.S. citizen for his support of the Sikh separatist movement in India. I am grateful for the department's agents who foiled this assassination plot and to our Czech partners for their assistance in this arrest and extradition. Woo! I wonder if that's the end of that, because if the Indian government was annoyed enough to send somebody to kill whoever it is they were targeting, I'm wondering if that has anything to do with the police uniforms missing. Wouldn't that be something? Because, ooh. All right, next headline. All right, let me pause that. So we have ourselves some propaganda. And I'm just looking at it and I feel like it's too staged. You know what I mean? As far as I know, Hamas doesn't send around posing and being extra. So I feel like this is a propaganda video. So we will take a look at it and I will make comments. Oh, let me mute it a little because it's kind of loud. First off, this looks like a decorated Pringles can. I'm just saying, it does to me. Plus, it just seems, I don't know. Digital camo. I don't know. I don't know if I can get away with saying this, but I really feel like they're not Palestinian. I'm sitting here looking at the face, the lips, everything. They look European. They look European descent like me. And plus, where are they doing this? Because, I mean, if there's drones always going all over the place, Israel and everybody else is spying on everybody else. Where are they fucking doing this if they're not getting seen? You know what I mean? This seems very out in the open and they don't seem to be at risk of getting hit. But yeah, I'm looking at this guy's face. This is an American looking face. It is. I'm sorry. It really is. I don't know how to explain it. That's an American looking face. That's a European descent face. That does not look like somebody from anywhere else but the Midwest. Sorry. And those all look very clean, very brand new. Because the way they were making Hamas sound originally, remember how they were talking about how they were basically guys running around in flip flops, and that like people were making fun of Israel for getting their like tanks blown up by people hiding in like foxholes and running around in flip flops. These guys don't look like that. They look like they just got handed a whole bunch of weaponry for brand new shit, brand new uniforms, brand new vests, brand new weapons, like fucking everything. Like none of this looks like anything they scavenged. Yeah, I feel like we're getting bullshitted here. I really do. Oh, I did not mean to hit the stop share, but hold on. Hello, Multi Gun. How are you, sugar? Maybe. It's all right, I guess. I'm doing okay. I hope you're doing good. Right? It does not look legit. Yes, exactly. It looks very scripted. It looks very much like they're trying too hard. That's not those aren't insurgent type movements. Their faces look like Midwest America. Like I'm sure it's there to piss off one side and inspire the other, but like if I see something that looks like bullshit, I'm gonna be like, hold on now, hold on. But yeah, that looks so. I don't know. It looks like they're trying to recruit for the U.S. military. To be honest, that's what it looks like to me. Like those just aren't. There's just aren't the faces like anything that looks like American. Oh yeah, no kidding, definitely. But yeah, yeah, I just can't get over that. Like I gotta look at this again just because like see if there's anything I missed. Because yeah. Let me see if we can back that up just a pinch. So my mouse is a piece of shit. That face. That is an American looking face. That is a face that was probably born in Wisconsin and raised in Texas. I don't fucking know. But that is definitely an American looking face. That and usually the Hamas folks don't they usually have like those little like little ski mask type things or like little bandanas? I don't recall ever had the footage ever showing anybody who had their face painted like this. But yeah, that is American little face. That is a face that has been to a baseball game and had hot dogs and beer. You know what I'm saying? For real. So, hold on. I'm not very familiar with these types of weapons, so I don't know if this is even some bullshit that's been put together because it looks weird it would have a silver. Actually, why would that be a different color than the rest of it? That just seems kind of like it's thrown together. They probably just put a bunch of pieces together and make it look like a weapon. I wish I wish I was good at identifying plants so I could tell you like what area this might be in. Because it'd be hilarious if they're just filming this in fucking New Mexico or something, you know what I mean? And not the Middle East. Because these little plants down here, I don't know if they have plants like this in the Middle East. I do not know. But I know that places like New Mexico and Arizona have that kind of plants. But I'm no plant expert. I'm just saying. But I've been there and that's what those plants look like. It's hard to get a decent picture when I freeze it. But I mean, it does though. And this is, and yeah, Arizona, New Mexico, there is like out in the middle of nowhere where military can do like drills and shit. I don't know. If anybody can identify those kind of plants, maybe that can give us a clue of where this is filmed. I'm just hoping to see if I can spot something I didn't spot before. Because they're moving so fast, this footage, like it's hard to break it down and see everything, which I think they do that on purpose. You know, they want it to be bombarding, just come at you so fast you can't sort it out properly. So, all right. Let's see how this is going on over here. I know. Definitely. It's just, yeah. Someone's helping that propaganda. Almost all of it is. I think in the beginning, a lot of it wasn't. And I think it was a lot more realistic because, you know, it showed what was going on. But I think now that the bad guys have gotten more of a better grip on algorithms and media to counteract the truth coming out, they put out some of this controlled opposition looking propaganda shit. Well, I mean, out away from Gaza is a lot of like open area. So, I mean, arguably, they hold on, go look real quick, see what we can see. Gaza map. All right, let me see if we can take a peek around real quick. Ooh, that looks rough. All right, where is like the little thing that trying to, oh, there we go. All right, move this back. Let's back this up a little bit. There might be some open space around. Actually, hold on. Layers, terrain. Yeah, all right, let's check terrain because it might show some little mountains or something. Because it did have some hills. All right, yeah, there's some hills here. Something over here. Let's see what that looks like. I suppose if they wanted to, they could probably film it in some area like this. I don't know if that's Gaza, though. Oops. Oh, yeah, I mean, technically, some of these little areas right here have some hills and out in the open. So they could probably get away with filming it in these areas. But I'm pretty sure if they did film it here in these areas, that Israel would easily be able to fly drones around and see if they spot them or not. It wouldn't be safe for them to be out in the open like that. Right? Southern California or New Mexico or Arizona. That's what it looks like. And I think New Mexico has White Sands military base. So they probably have areas where they have people do maneuvers all the time. So that's my guess. So it could be part of California because California also kind of looks like that in certain areas, I think. Right? All right. So let's go to this whole bunch of stuff. Ooh, let me get this in order. So it says Israel rejects ceasefire amendments proposed by Hamas. It's funny how a lot of people are like into that. This was posted 3 days ago. So I wanted to show you that because they're saying Israel rejects that. And then, like, right after I'd seen that headline, I saw this one. And So CNN asked Hamas official why group hasn't agreed to the U.S.-backed ceasefire thing. That was 3 days ago. Oh, I'm sorry, that's 4 days ago here, 3 days ago on the other one. So it's like, well, which is it? Did Israel reject it or did Hamas reject it? Or is it really one and the same? I don't know. I just think that's funny because they were claiming that, Hamas is always rejecting the ceasefire deal. Like, and it's, this is CBS. Okay, so this one's CBS and this one's CNN. I think that's interesting. I just want to share that. I thought, isn't that funny? Like, all right. Now, this one I thought was interesting. Jewish senator alarmed by Alito's pro-Christian agenda. Oh, no. A Jewish senator is upset with someone's Christian agenda. Oh, no. Let's see what's got him all worked up. Jewish Democratic senators are alarmed by conservative Justice Samuel Alito's sympathy for basing government on Christian principles. Oh, my. Something he expressed at the Supreme Court gala when he endorsed the idea of returning the nation to a place of godliness. So apparently this Jewish senator is alarmed by the idea of godliness. That's a bit fucking bizarre, but, all right. Democrat senators, including several Jewish lawmakers, fear Alito's majority opinions in several high-profile cases, such as Dobbs' decision, which overturned the right to abortion. I did not know that was Dobbs. I thought it was whatever. Were driven by his religious views. I mean, whether you mean to or not, a lot of times your belief system, your religious beliefs or whatever, oftentimes will have something to do with the way you see things and make decisions. If they're absolutely so worried about that, then I mean, I guess they could always try to make a rule where like only atheists can be in office, but again, I don't know. That feels kind of outlandish, though. And let's see. And they are not buying Alito's claim that he had nothing to do with and couldn't prevent the flying of the Appeal to Heaven flag, a symbol of Christian nationalist movement, at his New Jersey beach house. Okay, I mean, I'm all about people waving whatever flag they want, but come on, don't tell me you had like no control over the situation about a flag on your property, bro. At least stand by it. By God, like that sounds like a bunch of silliness. I mean, if it's your flag and your property, who gives a fuck? He had nothing to do with it. What? Anyway, Senate Democrats say members of the Supreme Court have a right to religious freedom, but warn that when they try to impose their religious views on others, it crosses the line. Okay, but if you truly feel that it's not just because of your religion, but feel like, for instance, abortion is truly just wrong in general, like, how can you prove that you just logically think it's not a good idea and not just like based on religion? But like I said, a lot of the way we see the world, started with religion. At least somewhat as sort of a guideline. Like, even if we've moved away from that to some degree as we've gotten older, like I don't go to church, but there's like a lot of things that I still don't think are a good idea in general. And it has nothing to do with a minister telling me anything because I don't talk to anyone. So, some things I just don't think are a good idea. But they're just been really worked up about this Appeal to Heaven flag, which I had never even heard of before. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go check that out real quick because that way we have a bit. It's a flag with a fucking tree on it? They're worked up over a fucking tree flag. Are you shitting me? Okay, a flag with a pine on it. Let's see. The pine tree symbol may have been used by the Iroquois League before the arrival of pilgrims. The term pine tree also refers to oaks, willows, and other trees. Well, that seems kind of... let's see. Appeal to Heaven is a particular expression of the right of evolution by the British philosopher John Locke and his second treatise on government. Maybe I have to read more into it, but I feel like I feel like the senators are freaking out over what appears to be not much of anything. So I don't know. I think they're just complaining to complain, quite honestly. Let's see. A senator who wanted to who requested anonymity to comment on Alito said he's pushing a sectarian religious agenda on the court. Yeah, I think they're just after the. I think they just have a hard on for this Alito guy personally. Like their biggest complaint is just they're like, oh well, he might put his like personal views in. Like a lot of people base decisions on their personal views. 5 of the court's conservative justices are Catholic, and the 6th justice, Neil Gorsuch, was raised as a Catholic, but also attends Episcopal services. And they did overturn Roe v. Wade, so but they seem to be just targeting that Alito guy. So I think they're just being assholes, quite frankly. Anyway, this I thought was interesting. The Knesset, which I think is kind of like the Senate or Congress, maybe here. I don't know. The Knesset is where some politicians, Israeli politicians, get together and decide shit. It's what basically that is. Anyway, the Knesset set to begin Haredi, I don't know how to pronounce draft bill debates Tuesday clash over rabbinical appointments. All right, so I think it's because certain sects of Jewish people do not believe in joining the military and they don't believe in the fighting. So based on religious reasons, they do not want to join the IDF. I think there's a lot of that would be a conflict of conscience personally for me. Just because I wouldn't want to do the stuff they're wanting me to do if I went. So yeah, so they've been having a back and forth thing over this for a long time. But it says ultra-Orthodox Jewish men protest against attempts to change government policy that grants ultra-Orthodox Jews exemption from the military's conscription. That picture was taken in February. So they are basically redoing some stuff to try to be able to draft them. And so I thought that was interesting because let's see when this came out. This came out, all right, about 8 hours ago. This was published. And I thought that just coincided so interestingly with the new draft bill that America has decided was a good idea. And it's fucking not. I saw some fucking pick-me behavior on Facebook the other day. Fucking shit. So somebody posted about this defense bill, basically drafting the 18 to 26 years old, and they're adding the women on this as well. And this stupid pick-me woman was like, well, women wanted equal rights. Well, there you go. First off, oh my God, I even told her, I was like, this is some fucking pick-me bullshit to say. And I did my best to explain, because I don't have crayons to spell it phonetically for her, that at least in my opinion, the way I see it, when someone talks about equal rights, what I imagine is bringing people up to a better situation, not dragging someone else down to a bad situation. Okay? So some of those chicks that are very, anti-man, no. First, we want everybody on an equal footing so they have an equal say, things like that, not drag someone else down to your level. That's not progress for anybody. And I don't think men should be drafted. I mean, we've had a little draft roll thing that you sign up for, but they don't actually use it. And our military has had shit tons of soldiers for ever since they quit drafting. So voluntary military works. There's no reason to force it. And the fact that Israel is doing that is stepping up their efforts to draft people, and now we're doing it too. I can't help but see there might be something that are coinciding. Because think about it, they're going to draft people, and they're not even going to have you defending the homeland, so to speak. They're probably going to send you over to Israel to help them commit crimes. Fuck all that. But yeah, House passes defense bill automatically registering men. And I noticed they leave the women out of the headline. I don't know why. I guess they're expecting people are only going to read the headlines. But it drafts women as well. And I think it's absolute shit. Because I don't think anyone should be drafted. Nobody should be forced into war. Especially when none of our wars seem to be very moral. If your war is a decent idea, hell, even when it's not, there's going to be shit tons of people to volunteer. There's no reason to do this. I think they are planning to send people to the Middle East to do stupid shit, and they know that nobody's going to want to volunteer for this one. Or at least not as many as they were hoping. So they're going to try to force it. And there was some girl on TikTok, and it's hilarious as fuck. She's like, go ahead, draft me, and then I will be a traitor. I was like, right? No shit. Like, you don't want to send me. I mean, I'm too old to be sent, but like, you don't want me to go over there and learn some of that shit after becoming a traitor that nah, you're not going to want me to go over there and learn that stuff. But all right, the House of Representatives passed a measure on Friday automatically registering men 18 to 26 for selective service. This was part of the National Defense Authorization Act. I don't know if y'all remember that, but that was some shit Obama put out, I do believe. That's like part 2 of the fucking Patriot Act crap. And I remember all the Republicans being upset, but now it seems like Republicans are using this to lead the charge by drafting. What a bunch of fucking insanity. Ever you wonder if your party's ever on your side? Clearly it's fucking not. Mine's not on my side, clearly. I'm certainly not on theirs. So, all right. Which sets out to use out the U.S. government's military and national security priorities over the next fiscal year. This year's National Defense Authorization Act authorizes, $895.2 billion with a B, and my Dr. Evil thing, pinky up to my mouth, billion in military spending, a $9 billion increase from the 2024 fiscal. A $9 billion increase. You could just take $1 billion and we wouldn't even have to worry about homeless veterans and old ladies that can't afford their meds. Fuck. But now they want to do this. They don't take care of the veterans they already fucking got, and we want to make more of them. Such a load of absolute horseshit. While it hasn't been invoked over half a century, it's mandatory for all males. I don't know why they're not listening to women, because like I've seen other places mentioning it, so I'm not sure why they're not including it here yet, unless they have, and I just didn't see it. Supporters of the amendment argue that it would cut down on bureaucratic red tape and help U.S. citizens avoid unnecessary legal issues, as well as cutting down on taxpayer dollars going toward prosecuting those cases. I didn't realize they prosecuted that, actually. I was under the impression that, like, my friend's son who lives here, like, I've known him since, I think he's like 24 now. I've known him since he was like 6 years old. And when he turned 18, I can't remember if they sent him something to fill out or he went somewhere to fill it out, but his dad took him to go fill it out. So, but I think he got something, a little notice in the mail reminding him that now that he's 18 to go sign up. So I don't understand like what bureaucratic red tape they're fucking on about, because it's not hard. You turn 18, you go, I forget where it is off the head. I don't know if it's DMV or something, but you go and you fill out your little thing and you go hand it in. It's not a lot of bureaucratic red tape. They're trying to make it sound more difficult than it is, to excuse the fact that they're just taking it. They're gonna fuck you. That's basically what I feel is the situation. Let's see. It was led by Chrissy Houlihan, Democrat. Okay, well, you can't trust Republicans or Democrats anyway, so but I was expecting that to be a Republican, I actually was. And passed in the House Armed Services Committee, blah, 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 in May. Advanced through the committee with an overwhelming 57-1 vote. Well, it's going to be time to vote a lot of people out of office. Just saying. This will also allow us to rededicate resources. Basically, that means money toward reading readiness and towards mobilization, rather than toward education and advertising campaigns driven to register people. To be honest, I've actually never seen any advertising campaigns for this. I assumed this was just a normal rite of passage for people turning 18. I assumed it's something everyone kind of knew about, so I didn't know they needed advertising. But okay. And the National Defense Authorization Act also includes the largest ever military pay raise in history, with a 19.5% increase for junior enlisted troops and a 4.5 increase for others. So they're going to find, well, so people who've been in there longer are probably still getting screwed. But oh, and this also includes funding for 2 new Virginia-class submarines and the establishment of a drone force. I thought we had a drone force within the U.S. Army. Okay, I don't know what branch, but I assumed we had a force of drones. Just more reason to spend people's money and get people killed. So, like, apparently someone doesn't know how to do this shit anonymously, apparently, because a Texas man got 33 months in prison for death threats toward Maxine Waters. I mean, honestly, it couldn't have happened to a better woman. Damn. That face looks so dry. She looks like one of those bog people they find that have been buried in the bog for 2,000 years. Holy fuck. Anyway, the woman does not know what moisturizer is. A Texas man was sentenced Monday to nearly 3 years in federal prison for making a series of threatening phone calls to Maxine Waters per the, I hate that per the this, I can always say that, the U.S. military, U.S. Attorney's Office for the Central District of California. First off, did the idiot use his own fucking phone? You gotta use a burner phone for that shit. Duh. And not have it anywhere near your Wi-Fi signal. You're dumb enough to use your, I don't know if you did, but let's find out. Brian Michael Garrity, age 61, was sentenced by the U.S. District Judge Gary Klausner, who found that the Houston man was had targeted Walters and threats to assault and kill the Democrat because of her. Oh. That was his issue? It wasn't all the stupid other shit she's done? It was that? Or maybe that's just what they're saying. But it seems weird that he would just call and threaten her just because of her skin color when there's a bunch of different skin colors up in there in D.C. The hate crime was applied to Garrity's 33-month sentence. Garrity, who pleaded guilty in January to 1 count of threatening a U.S. official, was also fined $10,000. Garrity admitted in his plea agreement his threatening to assault and murder Walters on 4 separate occasions, because, you know, in August and November, according to the U.S. Attorney, Garrity made these threats with the intent to impede, intimidate, and interfere with Walters while she engaged in a performance of her official duties, blah, blah, blah. They like to make it sound so fucking fancy. All right, so they're not telling us how he got caught. Oh, specifically, Garrity left 4 voicemails at Walters' district office in Los Angeles. Each contained a violent threat, profanity, and racist and misogynistic language. Apparently, Walters claims she's in fear of her life. She says nobody's above the law, which is rich, coming from a politician. So I don't know if they're going to clarify, but I have a feeling he did something really stupid, like use his actual phone so they could trace his call. What a fucking moron. Like, I'm assuming he must have done something that fucking stupid. Because, like, if you go to Walmart, get yourself a little burner phone, keep it somewhere away from, like, where you live. And I say this so that way the cell phone signal doesn't ping off your closest tower. Because they can look and see, like, what cell towers, you know, pinged what. And how often you're there. So, like, dumbass probably, you know, did it, like, in his house. So they were able to ping the cell signal. Like, what a fucking twit. You'd think at 61 years old, you would know how to fucking do this. Dude, you can't crank calls like that anymore. This isn't the 90s. What the fuck? Ugh, what a moron. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have no problem with the idea of threatening politicians. Not at all. But do it smart. Fuck's sake, man. You're embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. All right, let me go see how everybody's doing real quick. Yeah, I know, fucking right. Let's just print more of it. You have to go to the post. Okay, it was the post office. Okay, I knew Brian Xavier, like on his 18th birthday, went somewhere. I just couldn't remember where it was. But yeah. I know, right? She's fucking terrible. Exactly. I mean, he might have said something racist. He might have, but I doubt he targeted her simply because of the color of her skin. I'm sure he said something fucking stupid and brought her race into it, which should have nothing to do with it. If she's an idiot, she's an idiot, and that's just that. Right? And the ATF, and most of our politicians, president, yeah. The great call. Prince Albert again. Oh my god. All right. Let's see. Top Republicans demand answers after White House protests yield 0 arrests. Oh no. People were exercising their First Amendment right and no arrests. Oh, sad days. Wipes a fake tear away. The fuck? They're sad because they didn't get to arrest somebody. Get the fuck out of here. Question political sympathy with vandals. Oh, can we see an example from those vandalizing situations? Because I haven't seen much of those. I mean, there's always going to be one or two, like, outliers that are going to do something stupid, obviously. But as far as I can tell, as a whole, they haven't really been doing anything. If these are the protests that I'm thinking. Top Republican, of course, on the Senate Energy and Natural Resource Committee demanded answers from the Department of the Interior over its handling of violent protests that engulfed the National Park Service property outside the White House last week. Oh, yeah, so it was the pro-Palestinian protest. As far as I know, there wasn't a whole lot of vandalism going on. But, I mean, maybe they'll show pictures because, you know, if I want to prove that point, I would have shown pictures. But whatever. Senator John Barrasso, Republican of Wyoming, whose committee has oversight over the Interior Department, also questioned in a Thursday letter whether politics played a role in how chaos concluded with a disturbing lack of arrests. Aww. It's so sad. People are against genocide and nobody arrested them. Oh, shut the fuck up, dude. The letter obtained by Fox News Digital recounted assaults on U.S. Park Police and National Park Service rangers at Lafayette Park, which lies just north of the White House, as thousands of pro-Palestinian demonstrators amassed to protest the administration, as they should. I am deeply troubled by last week's incident near the White House involving pro-terror anti-Israel agitators. Barrasso wrote the Interior Secretary Deb Haaland, saying that the vandals inscribed "Long Live Hamas." Oh, I doubt that highly. And other slogans on federal property. I fucking find that unlikely. Most likely there was some fucking little agent provocateur that was in there and they decided to spray paint something just to try to make the crowd look bad. That's probably what that was. I'm going to be honest. That's probably it. Because if we had thousands, because we've seen the footage of all these thousands and thousands and thousands of protesters that have been popping up all over the place. If vandalism was their main goal, we would have noticed. So, anyway, Barrasso demanded Haaland account for the lack of arrest by describing how she is working with law enforcement to identify suspects. Well, that's weird because if they were doing something right then and there, why weren't they arrested? I mean, let's think about that. They said that a park ranger who has the right to arrest you if you are on their turf, if they were assaulted, why were there no arrests at that time? I mean, that seems weird. You're talking about working to identify who they were. I don't know how you're going to fucking identify them. But, like, I assume that if you assault somebody with a badge and a gun and cuffs, you probably get arrested on the spot. What I would imagine. So I feel like that we're getting bullshitted here. He also called on the department to implement explicit measures to protect federal park rangers on duty. How? I mean, they already have the right to arrest people on their turf. I don't. No arrests were made following the chaos, but NBC News reported one individual who had scaled a statue slipped away from law enforcement who attempted to detain him. No. So he scaled it. Okay. Statutory honoring two key French figures in the American Revolution, the Comte de Rochambeau and the Marquis de Lafayette, were vandalized during the protest. President Biden was coincidentally in France at the time. Barrasso wrote to Hanlon that her oversight of the MPS, National Park Service, and the USPP is paramount to federal land security, and the chaos that ensued in Lafayette Park is emblematic of the dangers rangers and other law enforcement face daily. That feels like a lot of shit, right? And so he's basically accusing them of being influenced with political sympathy for the agitators. So, yeah, if you don't arrest people for exercising their First Amendment rights, we assume that you are not on our side. Okay. Okay, I don't know why it keeps doing that. Like, I'm sitting there trying to see it and it just goes to commercial both times. Like, that's annoying as fuck. All right. Is there any... I guess there's no way to, like, make this bigger. Is it? Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry. Skip ad. Oh, here we go. Okay. So let's pause it. Okay, that does look like there is some paint and scribbles. Okay. Did they get any footage of the people actually doing it, or they're just getting it at, like, they seem to be seeing it only after the fact? A bunch of people standing around taking pictures and everything. I mean, I assume there's cops and rangers, like, just all around, and you're telling me, I mean, that's a lot of scribbles, though. That's a lot of graffiti. And they didn't catch a single person doing it? I'm sorry. It seems like a bit of horse shit, but okay. Wait, that's... I mean, so far the scribble looks pretty accurate. Like, I haven't argued with anything I'm seeing, but how the hell did all this writing happen and none of these law enforcement guys saw a thing? He's holding the spray paint. Oh my God, someone threw something. They're throwing cups at him. Holy shit. Oh my God. All right, so he doesn't actually have a gun. He's holding a can of spray paint, but like... people are throwing cups at him, though. Wait, what? What's going on? Why is he... Oh, stupid thing. I try to unmute it and... Yeah. How long is the ad? Like, it's not even... Tell me how long the ad is. I can't even, like, watch it count down. If I wanted to see this article, I would have fucking clicked on it. Why is this an ad? All right, so like this guy looks like he's got it. Wait, am I missing something? Oh, okay. So they're spray painting right there in front of him, and he like, did he do anything about it? Hold on. So, wait, what? Oh, they did it with like behind his back. Okay. Yeah, he looked like he was encouraging them, kind of like sing louder. Like, that's weird. And they have him out there by himself. I don't get that. I don't understand why he's out there by himself. Like, usually law enforcement, they're out doing stuff, they're going to be like 2 or 3 out there. Oh, he looks like he's undercover, this guy right here. Damn, girl. Yeah, they seem like there's people they're talking to right here. They seem like this bitch right here. I'm assuming her and her friends that also are wearing red are like, yeah, They're probably agitators, most likely, because they're like jumping up in the cop's face and adding to the drama. You can tell who the real protesters are and who the disguised looking motherfuckers are, wearing sunglasses and ball caps, hiding their face like this and screaming at the cops. Like, yeah. So there's our little agitators. She keeps pointing and screaming at them. So, yeah. And this person back here is also wearing like a solid red shirt. So I've heard that a lot of times when you have like certain groups infiltrating a protest, they will dress in a certain way so they recognize each other. I think one of them I heard about a few years ago, they would wear certain bracelets that could be seen. And like on certain days, it like the people that are in the call list or the email list of the people who are going to infiltrate the group, they'd be told like today you wear a yellow bracelet. You get told that morning. The next morning you go to do it, you're told to wear a blue bracelet. So that way, when you see each other in the crowd, you know who each other are, so you know not to attack that person. And so, the red hat, red shirt is probably their way of identifying each other. Is most likely what it is, because they're not legitimate protesters. Yep. That kid over there might be as well. So yeah. So I caught an infiltrator one time because I went to what was it? Oh yeah, Oklahoma had a Black Lives Matter protest, and I figured it was probably going to be pretty okay because Oklahoma don't get down in that crazy kind of way like other places do. And there was this kid who looked like a wannabe Antifa, and like he just stood out. It was just the way he was dressed. It was like a really lousy Hot Topic looking outfit. The baggy shorts with chains, the type of shirt he was wearing, like the cut off sleeves. Like it's hard to explain, but like it's one of those things. If you see it, you're like, oh yeah, that's what you meant. Yeah, he looks like he smelled like wet garbage. Like I was like, oh boy. So yeah, I saw this kid in the crowd. When I say kid, he was probably like between 19 and 22, maybe. I don't know, but I was filming and with my phone, just kind of walking along, and like somewhere on my YouTube, I probably have that video actually. But I was walking along, and there's people walking everywhere, so I guess he didn't really notice me at first. And so I was walking up, and I caught him on video saying, "Man, when are we going to start using a Molotov cocktail?" And I looked surprised. The girl looked at me and realized I heard it, and she goes, "Shh." He was kidding. He was kidding. And he's like, "No, oh." And I was like, so like I caught them like on video talking about it. And as far as I know, nothing happened. They disappeared like a few minutes later. I didn't see them anywhere at the protest again. So like they kind of got caught. Actually, that would be cool if I can actually find that. But anyway. So next headline. Fauci, new and disturbing level of anger directed at me from politicians. It's new? I don't think it's new. But yeah, you lied to everybody. You admitted that, like, oh, well, they're like, well, where did you get the 6 foot of distance from each other? Oh, I don't know. It wasn't based on any scientific anything. So yeah, politicians are mad because you made them look stupid for following along with this. It's new and disturbing level of anger. Fuck off. Nobody has any sympathy for you. You silly fuck. Yeah, he got absolutely dragged across the coals at like some committee meeting like a week or two ago, where he pretty much admitted that a lot of the stuff wasn't scientifically based. He was just kind of making it up. And he claimed that he didn't know that kids were being told to wear masks. Like, how do you not fucking know? Do you not watch TV? Do you not look at the fucking news? How do you not know that? What a load of shit. It scares me if a doctor's that fucking stupid on all levels. He's like, now it's pure attack. Oh, boo-hoo, motherfucker, boo-hoo. So many grandmas and grandpas died in the hospital alone. And I think, what was it? They were getting like rubber gloves and filling them with warm water so that the people who were dying would feel like they were holding someone's hand. Of course everybody fucking hates you, stupid fuck. Oh, pure attack. Boo-hoo, bitch. You outlived your usefulness like in the early 80s in the epidemic of AIDS. Y'all should read up on that. How he fucked that up. Woo. Next headline. A surgeon outed at the... Oh, yeah, we covered that already. My bad. I didn't realize that I had two of those up. So this article says, they could have killed me. Spycraft, ballots, and the trumped up plot gone haywire. So yeah, I gave this a quick gander. It looked kind of interesting. A scene straight from a discount bin spy novel. That seems like a shitty way to phrase it, but all right. A black SUV arrived at Seattle Tacoma International Airport to collect Sabrina. I can't pronounce that, so we're just going to call her Sabrina. A QAnon adherent and supervisor at the facility's FedEx Air terminal. Sabrina was scared out of her wits, they say. She did not want to go, but on this Friday night in early December 2020, Sabrina felt as if she had no choice. A retired Michigan State police officer nicknamed Yoda had just warned her that her life was in danger. Well, fuck. Oop. I overshot a little bit, sorry. Sabrina called in another employee to finish her shift. She entered the vehicle driven by a Marine Corps veteran who had provided security for American diplomats in Iraq. They arrived at the hotel where the driver checked her in. There, Sabrina stayed for the next 2 days. A rotating shift of guards occupied the adjacent room in shifts. What was possibly happening here? As Sabrina would later testify in a legal deposition, a video of which Raw Story recently reviewed, a man entered her hotel room and asked her to write an affidavit about the election ballots she'd seen and considered suspicious. I think I remember hearing about that. Like 4 or 5 huge fucking tubs had shown up, at least in the footage I had seen. There was it was supposed to be arriving sometime around midnight. It was fucking weird. I don't know if that's what this is or not, but I thought that was strange as fuck. But let's see. At the FedEx facility shortly after the 2020 election, blah, blah, blah. The man was part of a secretive team of Donald Trump supporters operating without legal authority. Okay, first off, you don't need legal authority for something technically like bodyguarding somebody. Technically, I could technically pay someone $50 or whatever and be like, hey, stand outside my door for a little while, make sure nobody fucks with me. I don't really need law enforcement authority for that. Legal authority, as I said. I mean, the whole thing does sound fucking weird, but saying, hey, I'm worried that you're in danger, if you want to come with us and hang out, we'll guard the door, make sure nobody fucks with you. That you don't really need a legal authority to do that. If they had actually detained her against her will, that would be an issue, but whatever. I mean, the whole thing still sounds fucking bizarre, but I'm just saying. Anyway, but they wanted to add that without legal authority, just so it sounds a little more bad. So it's trying to put it in a funky light. The whole thing's kind of funky, but under the leadership of former Trump National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, that aimed to obtain information they believe could be used in lawsuits to change the outcome of the election in Trump's favor. More generally, they hope to undermine the public confidence that Joe Biden had won. Well, I mean, from what I understand, he supposedly won by 81 million votes, which is more than any president ever has in history. And that seems statistically unlikely for how much of a fucking doofus he is. Usually you don't have that many people turning out to vote. So the whole numbers thing is shit to me anyway. I mean, it's not because I like Trump. I think he's kind of fucking weird, to be honest. But just looking at the numbers and what the normal turnout is, it just seems kind of like bullshit, to be honest. But yeah, so that's weird to me. So I just thought I'd share it. Anyway. Boy, oh boy. So America's Got Talent, I know it's a total change from what we normally do. America's Got Talent judge Howie Mandel found wife in a pool of blood after bizarre drunken incident. This was published 20 hours ago. Oh boy. Wait till you hear this. Howie Mandel dealt with quite the headache during a recent trip. Oh, he dealt with quite the headache. Boy, that feels like there's some audacity. Wait till you hear the rest of it. I guess he was talking about it on a Kelly and Mark show or some fucking shit. He disclosed details about his recent visit to Sin City with his wife of over 40 years. He said, "We partied. It was too much. And Terry, his wife, was tipsy. I did not know that. You didn't know your wife was tipsy? That's strange. You go to party together, but okay. In the middle of the night, she got up, and I didn't know where she was headed, but she headed into a wall, and she fell and hit the wainscoting." I had to look up to see what the fuck a wainscoting was, because I have never heard that word. But it basically is like wall panel. Like, I'll pull it up for you. Like this, like wall paneling. I had to look it up too, because I just call it wall panel. Like, I didn't know there was fancy fucking words for it, but there's that. So taking consideration is it's this little wall panel. Okay? That's why it gets fucking weird. Alright, so and she fell and hit the wainscoting. She hit that as she went down. She slipped, went down, hit her eye. Oh, hit that on her eye. Then fell on the floor and broke her cheek. Okay. Sure. That's the old-fashioned, oh, I walked into a door. Oh, I accidentally fell down the stairs, but all right. He goes, I heard a bang. And, I know that wasn't very, and I woke up and I went, where are you? And she went, I don't know. And what she said, and that's what she said. A grisly photo of Terry's face following the incident was shared with the audience. It showed significant bruising and lacerations to her forehead and her eye. Feels like a lot of bullshit still. I turned on the light. I look around. She's in the corner, face down, and I didn't know she'd cut her head. The blood is pooling. I assume it was. He revealed. I freaked out. I picked her up. I put her on the bed, and there's blood everywhere. Well, the forehead and the head area does bleed quite a bit, from my understanding. I went and grabbed all the towels, and the towels are covered in blood, and she's going, get me ice. And he's like, I don't know where to get ice, he joked. It's a hotel. How do you not know where to get fucking ice from? What a fucking idiot. Sometimes you can tell people are lying when they add really strange details. Anyway, the 68-year-old comedian settled for a cold can of soda from the hotel's minibar to assuage I don't know that word. I'm assuming to help soothe his wife's pain, but Terry ultimately chucked the can across the room after he placed it directly on her head. Mandel tried again, and this time covering 2 cans with a towel, but Terry reacted the same way. When she did that, I saw her head, and you could actually see her skull. It opened up. I'm assuming he means the skin. He shared, much to the horror of the audience. I freaked. Okay, you're telling me that she tripped and fell and hit that wall paneling, and somehow she split her skull open and broke her cheekbone? No, it sounds like you punched the fucking shit out of her. She got knocked, 180-degree turn and fell and cracked her head into that waistcoating before she landed. Because he said that she fell. She said, ow. He asked, where are you? She said, I don't know. And yet when he found her, she was laying face down. Like, I don't know. That sounds fucking bizarre. But okay. Mandel explained that he asked hotel security to call 911, but they insisted on coming up to his hotel room. He later took his wife to the hospital where she received medical care. That's weird. So he wanted hotel security to call 911, which is weird because, you have a phone in your hotel room. You have a cell phone, I would assume. Why would you not just pick up your cell phone and dial 911? If your phone is dead, pick up the hotel phone. My understanding, at least how it used to be, you just press 9 to dial out. So why would you ask hotel security to dial 911 for you? That seems fucking weird to me. And apparently they wanted to see what was going on, and he had to take her to the hospital. So apparently no one even called an ambulance to this place. What this sounds like to me is a hotel that is used to celebrities doing things they shouldn't, and are not quick to call the 911 because they don't want it to look bad on the hotel. I think that's a concern. It sounds like they're used to covering shit up at a hotel. Let's see medical attention. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, that his wife was well past it on the men, and she is absolutely perfect. There's not a scar, which is hard to believe. She's beautiful. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So that's a lot. A broken cheekbone and a split skull from just tripping and falling. And he wanted hotel security to call 911. Okay, how did hotel security get there? Like, I mean, did someone report it? Did you call them? Because if you're gonna call, why don't you just call 911? Why would you call hotel security? So who invited hotel security up to the room? I am curious. And so I wondered if Howie Mandel here had any mental health issues. Because I'm not saying that, everybody with mental health issues is a danger. I'm not. But I'm curious if there was, some sort of red flags or something like this. Well, it turns out he has been diagnosed with OCD, and apparently a year or so ago, his wife threatened to divorce him if he didn't get help. Same wife that, looked like she got the shit beat out of her. Obsessive compulsive disorder can cause aggression and violent thoughts, worries, images, and impulses. So, all right, so if he got medicine and help and therapy, is it possible, maybe, that him drinking interacted with his psychiatric medicine, causing a violent impulse? I believe that is quite possible, because I have done my share of tripping and falling. I have. I remember one time I was, skating, and I busted. It was a whole long time ago. I was like 15, because I haven't done that in a long time. I fell, and like my hands were bruised, and my knee I think I still have a scar on my knee from that. But like, I didn't bust my face and skull open. But, if you walk into the wall so hard that somehow that you broke your skull and you got like a broken cheek, because it says right here, let's see. I don't know where she was headed, but she headed into the wall and she fell and hit the wainscoting. She hit that as she went down. She slipped, went down, hit that on her eye, and then fell on the floor and broke her cheek. Okay. So she hit the wainscoting. So how did she split her head? Because, I mean, if you're falling forward, so you're more likely to bust like your chin and your cheek. But how the hell you split your skull and break a cheek? I don't know. That sounds like a load of horse shit, and I think he probably got pissed off, whether he had interaction with his medication and alcohol or whatever, but I think he fucking knocked the shit out of his wife is what I think he did. I'm gonna be honest. Let me go see what everybody else thinks of that. Right. Exactly. Yeah, like I said, I decided to look it up and see if he had any psychiatric issues prior, because, usually there's some sort of flag. Now, don't get me wrong. It's possible they kept a lot of those red flags quiet from the public, and I get that. But sure enough, I saw an article I looked it up. It was I think it was published last year or the year before, where she had threatened to divorce him if he didn't get some kind of treatment for his OCD. And usually that would be psychiatric meds and therapy. So, and alcohol mixed with psychiatric meds is usually not a good idea. Just saying. So, anywho, we're almost done. Let's see. This makes me cringe. The cringiest cringe to ever cringe. MAGA fans show off Trump tattoos as they line up for Wisconsin rally. Holy fuck! What is wrong with you? Let me get a bigger image of this. Ugh. We did not make that bigger? I guess we cannot make that a bigger picture. And it makes it look like Trump's face, his tattoo was self-made. Made in America. Yeah, I reckon. But that's just such a level of cringe. You've got a president, and not even like a flattering picture of him. It's him yelling at somebody. Like the mugshot picture probably would have been like the ones on their shirts. Like that probably would have been a funnier tattoo. Not him like yelling, look like he's about to have a stroke. Oh my god, what the fuck? What is wrong with people? They've lost their minds. Oh, a shirt with his picture all over. It's so weird. That's a little too much for me. It really is. Oh. Even right here, he looks like he can't believe how cringy they are. Even he's like, yeah, buddy, yeah, go get it. Like, even he looks a little unsure about it. You know? Holy fuck. Anyway. South Korean soldiers fire warning shots after North Korean troops crossed border, apparently in an error. Well, that seems a bit silly. I don't know how you have this many fucking soldiers by accident. Let's see how we get that. What? That's not an accident. That's I think that maybe they're running away. I don't know. South Korean troops fired warning shots to repel North Korean soldiers who briefly crossed the rivals' heavily fortified land. Must not have been that heavily fortified. On Tuesday for the second time this month. How do you fuck up that big twice in 1 month? What? I thought it was super hard for people to, like, you know, run away from North Korea to South Korea. It's supposedly heavily fortified. This is the second time it's happened in a month and that many fucking people too. What? Oh my goodness. Both incursions were believed to be unintentional. Nah, they're probably checking to see like how fast you'll react and like look at the layout and the terrain. It's probably a scouting mission, just a very unsubtle one. Around 20 to 30 North Korean soldiers who were doing construction work across the military I don't know what that is, but line that serves as a border between the two countries in the DMZ, according to South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff. The soldiers retreated after the South broadcasted warnings and fired warning shots. South military didn't spot any suspicious activity after that. Twice in 1 month? I don't know how you fuck that up. Do you not have maps over there? What? Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think this is absolute horseshit. New York appeals court to Trump. Keep your mouth shut until sentencing. Fuck that. I say fuck that shit because, like, I feel like if somebody's at the center of a case, I think they should be able to talk about what's happening to them. So I think that's horseshit, and I like judge who will fuck himself. And apparently, somebody is suggesting sending all the Marines to the Pacific. Donald Trump's last national security advisor is calling on the Pentagon to deploy the entire Marine Corps to the Pacific as a bulwark against China's increasing military might. Does Donald Trump's last security advisor have any standing to make this call, this request? Like, I don't know. I mean, if it's his last national security advisor, it makes it sound like he's not currently got that job. In a wide-ranging foreign affairs op-ed published Tuesday, O'Brien wrote to the Defense Department should consider relieving the Marine Corps of missions in other parts of the world, particularly in the Middle East. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, definitely get them out of there. U.S. bases in the Pacific often lack adequate missile defenses and fighter jet protection, a scandalous deficiency that the Defense Department should fix by quickly shifting resources somewhere else or elsewhere. I think this is just, maybe we just keep our soldiers home. Who knows? But it seems wild they want to send the entire Marine Corps to the Pacific. What in the fuck? To what end? So the leader of China claims that the U.S. is trying to trick China into invading Taiwan. It's meant to divide the U.S. and its allies. How do you trick the leader of China into invading Taiwan? Like, I mean, if he wants to, he wants to. How are you going to trick him into doing it? Like, that seems odd. Seems like an odd thing to say. I mean, obviously, it's to create division, sure. But I don't understand how you trick someone into invading their neighbor's house. Like, I don't know. Sounds weird to me. And this, apparently, the New Orleans mayor is accusing a resident of stalking her and because she got caught having the mayor got caught having dinner with a police officer. And I'm thinking that maybe he wasn't supposed to be there. Maybe that because it wasn't her husband. I don't know. But apparently the mayor tried to sue this lady and everything and claimed she was stalking her. The woman took the picture of the mayor eating, like from across the street. Like she was at home on her balcony, on her property, and took the picture. It's not really stalking if you're just standing outside your fucking balcony. So the judge threw the case out, and so the mayor also has to pay this lady's court fines or legal fees, which I think is hilarious. Anyway, so yeah, I think that about covers it all. I think yeah. Right? I guess so, or maybe they think you won't understand it or something. I don't know. I'm not pro-Trump, but I think those trials are absolutely BS. They absolutely are. Right? Yeah. Most honest police, most honest politicians. Yep. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Fun fact: Christianity states Christians aren't supposed to get tattoos. I've heard it was something about like not necessarily tattoos themselves, but like tattoos like commemorating the dead or something like that. I think that's what it was. Like there seems to be some argument over like its translations, which I mean, I think that's something we all should look at in general. But yeah, I'm not exactly entirely. Oh my god, that's right. I forgot Roger Stone has a Nixon tattoo. Oh fuck. Yeah, he does. But that dude's weird and eccentric as fuck. I forgot he had that fucking Nixon tattoo. That is fucking hilarious. I forgot about that. Oh my goodness. I love it. Sorry, I was a little thirsty. Anywho. All right. Well, I think I've gotten everything off my chest, I think. Let me see. Did we cover this? Yeah, it was this little propaganda video, I think. It's a propaganda video, right? Yes, okay. So I can close that out so I don't get confused later. Oh, yeah. Like, History's Forgotten Queens. Yeah, I listen to documentaries and shit, like, to help me go to sleep. It makes me, I don't know, it makes me feel, I guess, comforted or safe or something by hearing, like, normal talking going on. Oh yeah, somebody sent me a friend request. I don't know who this lady is. But what was it? She was reminding us that Oklahoma has a bunch of elections that are going to be coming up. And apparently a lot of our rural counties, is it county? Yeah, okay. I think it was countries and I was seeing it wrong. Counties are now fighting against wind turbines, solar farms, 30 by 30 fed land grab issues, zoning and unincorporated area. So apparently our governor is trying to turn this into a fucking shithole. You know he's getting some money and some kickbacks for this shit. Governor Stitt's an absolute piece of fucking shit. Oh, also, they want RFID trackers on the livestock, which is fucking weird. Like, what the fuck? Both urban and rural areas are fighting against unmanned aircraft and self-driving vehicle corridors. Yeah, Governor Stitt thinks he's, progress into the 21st century. Bruh, just because you're going forward doesn't mean you're going in the right direction. Like, no. And besides, if the people vote and they don't want it, then stop. But don't do that. The RFID trackers is absolute crap. From my understanding, it's supposed to help, I guess, them estimate and track carbon emissions from the cows. Yes, because of all the wars and all the fucking inflation, all the horrible things going on. It's cow farts that are going to be the end of it. Sure. Okay. Sarcastic thumbs up. But yeah, I don't like if someone has cows, I think that's their fucking business. And I don't think it's the government's business to know how many cows and what. Fuck all that. And federal land grabs. I thought I could have sworn that I had read somewhere something that federal government wasn't supposed to actually own land. I feel certain that years and years ago I found something. It was an old law that the federal government isn't supposed to own land. So I don't know what the fuck, really. But yeah. So if you got voting coming up, please make sure you vote for the least piece of shit possible. So all right. So yeah, okay. I think I've covered everything. Yeah. Woo-hoo. Ah, that's some 1984 shit right there. Like straight through Unity and fucking whatever else they fucking do. See, if I go to sleep to Mystery Science Theater 3000, I'm gonna focus on what they're saying, then I'm gonna start cracking up laughing. It's hard to sleep when you're laughing. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to go get cigarettes soon. Oh fuck, it's almost 9 o'clock. Well, anyways, I love y'all. I don't know if anybody's live streaming tonight. Oh, and if you do have, if you want to, I have a link pinned up in the chat that if you would like to contribute to the cause, I would super appreciate it. It has like a little story, like you click on it and it like has a little story in the PayPal that explains like what the cause is for. So, because I figure if people are going to donate money, they would at least want to know what and where and why. So anyway, the Zionists themselves said that after life in camps, people would be ready for life in camps. Yeah, a lot of people don't seem to realize that they pretty much was like, right after World War II, and I mean like right after, possibly a little bit before the end of World War II, Zionists were actually putting the Palestinians in camp. Sorry, the air's a little dry in here. Sorry. But yeah, they were putting them in camps. There's pictures of it. In fact, I guess we go look for it just in case somebody in the audience or somebody who's like watching, in the replay, because they might want to see it. Let's see. Oh. Let's go to images. Oh, that's disastrous. It's not. Well, that's them leaving some, like, refugee camps, I guess. I guess I should have narrowed it down. That's fucking depressing. Ugh, it's been such a constant problem over there and constant suffering. Like, I'd have to actually specify. So, let's see. 1940s. There. Let's try to narrow it down. There we go. Fuck tons of tents. Oh, these are camps, but it's not the concentration camps. That are work camps they had, because they had those too. Oh, here we go. That's some of them. Okay, I think that's a different one. I think we have too much history in this world of putting people in camps that we can't even like decipher what it is. Oh, here we go. Ugh. Reject non-essential cookies. Yeah, I feel like it's really fucked up to have like a barbed wire camp with a Star of David. I feel like it's just there's a whole lot of fucked up shit. But anyway. Anyway, but all right. So I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Okay. Yeah. Now, yeah, I was watching this thing on Twitter about that. They had like this like full length like thing about it. It covers apparently a whole lot of shit, including the fact that they're saying that Poland actually attacked the German citizens living there, the unarmed civilians, and that's what caused Germany to freak out on them. And I'm like, oh shit. And I looked it up, and sure enough, they were actually trying to hide it. You got to look way down in the results, but like it did mention there was some skirmishes like that, and I'm like, oh damn. So apparently, like some of that was true. I'm like, okay, it's not the shit I ever hear about, of course. Aw, thank you, Frosty Broccoli. My mouth dries, so I can't talk shit. Meow meow meow, Curtis. You guys are so awesome. I am so. Oh, did I miss something? Oh, okay, I did read that. Okay. Want to make sure. Anyways, lots of hugs to everybody. I don't know if anybody's going live tonight, but if I see you live, I will come by and give you a like and give you a meow meow in the chat. Sorry, my throat's like this air. I need a humidifier. Anyway, I hope y'all have a fabulous night. I am so honored that y'all came by and listened to me bitch and complain for a little while. Y'all are terrific. Oh, Sabaton. Man, they do. My daughter introduced me to Sabaton music. She liked it. It was teaching her history, but like in a fun way. And I'm like, I absolutely support that. So yeah, I like the one that talks about the Christmas truce. And also, I think it's like the father of chemical weapons. Like, I don't remember which song that is, but like, it's badass. Like, y'all should definitely check that out. Just look up Sabaton, father of chemical weapons, and it'll tell you what it is and help you find it. Like, it's really good, especially when they got like a really good music video with it. Boss has like little animations showing it. Well, yeah, but it says process. If somebody's name says something, I try to stick with that because they might not want everyone to know it. So I try not to accidentally, give out people's. I mean, I know you have no problem putting your name out there. I just don't. If something happens, I don't want it to be my fault. You know what I mean? But anywho's, lots of hugs to everyone. Love y'all. Y'all is fabulous. Oh, you know what? What the heck? I'll play a little. I'll have a little song play us out.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery, 'cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clots. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, hey, what the fuck? And then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder dash.